Hello, and welcome to the Pest Control Marketing Podcast with your host, me, Hal Coleman, uncensored and unplugged. Pay attention, take lots of notes, because you're going to find out exactly how to get more new customers, more referrals, and grow your business.
Hal Coleman has been active in the pest control industry for over 40 years, including owning and operating his own successful pest control business for 18 years. He now devotes his time to helping other PCOs and other WCOs double, triple, and even quadruple their businesses faster than they ever imagined. Be sure to check out his website, pestcontrolmarketer.com. For more information about Hal's coaching program, you can reach him at 770-993-0004 or email him hal@halcoleman.com. Mike Stewart is known as the Internet audio and video guy. Since the birth of the Internet, Mike has been showing small business owners how to get more new customers, increase their sales, and grow their businesses online using audio and video, now with iPhones and Android phones. For more information about Mike's coaching program and his online training courses, visit MikeStewartCoaching.com or email him mike@internetaudioguide.com.
Well, hello, folks. This is Hal Coleman again, and welcome to yet another episode of the Pest Control Marketing Podcast with me, myself, and I, and my guest and good friend, Mike Stewart.
Hal, good to be here as always.
Yeah, me too. How many of these things have we done now?
Did you know this is episode 40 that makes the duck quack?
Yeah, that was my phone. Can you believe that? I have a duck quack on there, and main reason I have it on there is because my wife hates it. I just like to aggravate her. No, I'm just kidding. But, this is live TV and radio, so you hear the duck quack when the phone goes off. Hey, listen, Mike, the bread and butter of my business and your business both these days and over the years has evolved into coaching people how to do the things that we do. I coach people on how to grow their pest control. But, I'm in my 45th year in the pest control industry, and for 18 years I owned my own business. Started out as a one-man with a rusty spray can, and I built a successful $1 million business and started getting interested in learning how to do that, and realized after a few years of studying neuroscience and psychology and buyer behavior and all that, I could have made that $1 million business in a third of the time or a fourth of the time that it took me if I knew what I knew now. But I didn't know it back then, and there was nobody to teach it to me. So that's what I do, and you're the same way. You show small business people how to use the internet and audio and video strategies to grow their small businesses in twice, 3 or 4 times as fast as they could if they didn't use that. So that's what we do. We coach people. And coaching seems to be a mystery to some people. I said, well, there's no mystery to coaching. I have a coach. I have a coach that coaches me on how to build a business, how to build a coaching business, and how to help people. So, if you look at the great world-class athletes from Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Michael Jordan, the great football player, actors, Robert De Niro, Brad Pitt, you name them. They all have coaches. They've been coached from an early age on how to not only do the right things correctly, but to stay on track doing the right things and don't develop bad habits. And what a coach does is really just stands back and watches what you do and sees you through an entirely different lens than you see yourself. And for instance, in golf, they watch you swing the golf ball. They say, well, they point out 1,000 things you're doing wrong. You got to turn your arm this way, turn the other hand this way, straighten your back up, bend your knees, hold your head up, turn your shoulders straight, come back. Even with the backswing, there's 1,000 little things. So I tell people in marketing, successful marketing is not any one big thing. It's 1,000 little things. And coaches have spent years learning those 1,000 little things. And you not only do the 1,000 little things, but you do them correctly, because it's like a learning to play an instrument. If you learn how to play a guitar wrong because you didn't have a music teacher, which is, I fell victim to it. I never had a music teacher. I learned how to play the guitar, but I got up to a point where I wanted to get better. And I hired a music teacher, and the first thing he did was show me how I had to completely retrain my hands and my fingers to do different things because I had learned it all wrong. And it was so difficult and so frustrating to try to relearn it that I basically just kind of gave up on it. But I just realized I'm never going to be able to play some of these songs I was going to play because my hands won't do that. I've been doing it wrong for so long. Excuse me, same way with your business. You get in bad habits and you do them wrong for so long, it's harder to turn it around. But if you want to turn it around, a coach can show you how to do it. And there are all kinds of coaches, health coaches, fitness coaches, mental coaches, healing coaches. You know, we're sales and marketing coaches. You and I teach people how to make money from their business, online and offline. So that's what coaching is all about. And it's extremely valuable, and it can cut years and years and years off of your growth curve. So, Mike, tell them more about coaching. Go ahead and jump in there.
Well, you know, in this day and age, there's a whole generation of new businesses being started. The economy is, ever growing for the small entrepreneur. And what happens is when you and I have years and years of experience of learning what's the right thing to do and learning, you learn from the failures. In fact, one of the greatest things that Thomas Edison said, that he never failed. Every mistake he made, every failure that was perceived as a failure, it was a learning experience of what not to do. And so the reason we're coaches is because we've got years and years of experience and success case studies. I mean, things that we have been tried and true, and we can say, look, I did this, and if you'll just replicate the systems that I've tested and know for a fact that work. And also, I'm sharing the experience of my mentors and coaches. I was fortunate enough to be around some of the best internet marketing people in the world. I used to hear them speak. I got involved with them one-on-one doing work. And one of the things that you didn't mention about a coach that is so important and worth every penny of investment in a good coach is that coach is going to challenge you. And he's going to challenge you to do things. And he's going to hold you accountable. I mean, without a coach and without somebody holding you accountable, then you can procrastinate on doing the things that you need to do. You can say, well, I'll invest in that advertising later because I'm busy. I'll learn how to do that particular skill that could help my business later. Even though you may have been told about it or you're aware of it, you put it off. You procrastinate. And a coach say, okay, here's what I want you to do. And then when we meet at the next scheduled time, you're going to tell me the results you got from what I told you to do. You're going to keep records. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire to do what I recommend that I know from my coaches, from my experience, from my success case studies, that either you've never done, it's never, you're younger and you don't have the experience, but you got to have a successful business to put bread on the table. Then we come back next week and you tell me you didn't do anything I told you to do, then you missed the whole point. Knowing what to do but not implementing it equals zero. Why does Weight Watchers work? Well, you can go get the Weight Watchers program for free online. You can learn what to do. You can buy their program. You can study their program. You can count calories. But they have meetings every week. That's essentially coaching. That's holding you. You know why they do weigh-ins? Nobody wants to get up in front of the crowd and say, well, I was on the diet all week, and instead of losing weight, I gained weight. You don't want to fail. The coach holds you accountable to success, and it makes success faster, easier, and the rewards are well worth it. There's self-esteem, there's pride, there's feeling good about yourself, there's positive energy, and then there's monetary results from doing the right things to grow your business. So I've never met a millionaire success coach who didn't have a coach.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what you're talking about holding accountable. You know, I have a simple thing that I tell my people when they get in my coaching program. I said, you know, from time to time, and this works too, you ought to try it. I said, from time to time, I'm going to give you little, I call them action items. You can call it homework. You can call it your weekly assignment or whatever, but I'm going to give you a little thing I want you to go do this week. And then next week, we're going to talk about how it worked. And I expect you to do it. You owe it to me to do it. You owe it to yourself to do it. You're paying me good money to teach you how to do it. So if next week rolls around and you haven't done it, I will come out there, I will find you, and I will kill you. And they seem to respond to that, you know. So yeah.
Well, that's a little extreme, but if it works, it works.
When somebody's paying me money to coach them, I certainly want to give them every single possible result I can for the money they're paying me. And I certainly don't want them to waste my time if they're not going to do the work, and I don't want to take their money if they're not going to do it. So there are some times when I definitely tell people we're not a good match, you know, just, I have told people have wanted to hire me, and I've told them no, you know, from our conversation and all, I just don't think I'm the right match for you. And other people, I just, you know, I want them in the program so bad because I never sign anybody without at least a 1 hour consultation with them. I have a questionnaire that I send out to fill out about their business. And then I go over all of that. And then I set up an hour with them and we talk about everything. And at the end of that hour, if we're a good match, then I invite them to join the program. If not, I suggest that they, you know, maybe think of some other. And one other thing I wanted to add, Mike, you know, people hire, well, I'll use AdWords or SEO, or I was talking to a client this morning, a prospect this morning in his hour consultation, and he said that there was a company that he was looking at that, you know, you pay them X amount of dollars a month and they provide leads to you. He said, what do you think about investing in that? I said, well, here's the thing. If you're paying them $1,000 a month to feed you leads, and that's great, and all of a sudden you decide, you know, you get into a busy season or your cash gets low, you say, I don't want to pay them anymore. Guess what happens? The leads stop right then. When you stop paying them, you stop getting the benefits. It's history. In order to keep getting the benefit, you got to keep paying. With coaching, you get in a coaching program for a year, and you know what? You're done. You're history. You're on your own, and you make money for the rest of your life. And the more you apply what you learn, the more and more and more money you make. All from that one coaching program you went through for a year or 6 months or whatever you went through. So coaching is the gift that keeps on giving, because at the end of the period, you've got all the knowledge you need to grow your business for the rest of your life. Or if you sell that business and go into a completely different business, it doesn't matter. You take everything you learned to help you grow that business for the rest of your life, increase your sales for the rest of your life. So that's the difference in coaching. Coaching is something that you learn it and you take it with you, and it's a skill set. It's like teaching somebody how to build pottery and sell pottery, and then they go open up a pottery store and they sell pottery. They don't need you anymore. You already taught them how to do it. So that's the difference in coaching and a lot of other, you know, lead generation programs and things like that, is that when you quit paying them, you quit getting the leads. That's not the way it is with coaching.
No. The whole thing is there's an old adage, you know, sell a man a fish, he eats for a day. But teach him to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
And if he refuses to fish, throw his ass out of the boat and feed him to the fish and give his fishing pole to somebody else that really does want to fish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
So
listen, folks, if you're listening now, if you really want to grow your business, I don't care what kind of business you're in, consider getting a coach. I'm not saying hire me. Mike's not saying hire him. We're just telling you that a coach can totally change the game for you. You can grow your business 2 or 3 or 4 times faster than you will grow it without a coach. And the small investment, as it would turn out in the long run, that you make in a coach will make you money for the rest of your life. So find a good coach. Get a coach. I mean, if you wanted to learn if you said, how can I learn how to play golf better? I'd say, hey, go take golf lessons. Get a golf coach. Get a tennis coach. Get a football coach if you want to be a better wrestler and be competitive and win awards. You got to have a coach. Without a coach, you're freewheeling on your own, and you're learning things in many, many cases the wrong way. That's going to create anchors around your waist and your legs for the rest of your life, and you don't even realize it. So get a coach if you want to grow your business. And I'll leave it there, Mike.
Sounds good. And just to be aware, pestcontrolmarketer.com is Hal's coaching program. WebsitesYouControl.com is how you can talk to me and figure out if there's some one-on-one stuff that we can do. And then, of course, Hal and I have an accountability group coaching opportunity at PestControlMarketingGold.com. And links to those are always findable in Google. They're on this website at Pest Control Marketing Podcast. And, of course, I just told you them verbally. Or call Hal at 770-993-0004 if you want to have conversations about getting that coach to teach you what to do and hold your feet to the fire to make sure that you get a return on your investment. Because without taking actions, nothing happens.
Yep. If you want to create that business that you dream about in the back of your mind that's growing and thriving, and it's almost running itself, and it's fun, and you're running it. It's not running you. You've got control of it. And it's growing, and you're building that retirement and that income that's going to let you do the things that you want to do and that you deserve to do for you and your family. Get a coach to take you there directly. You miss all the potholes and obstacles, and it'd be the best thing you ever did. So find you a coach. Mike, with that, thanks for being on the call again. I always enjoy this, and thank you, folks, for listening to this episode of the Pest Control Marketing Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Pest Control Marketing Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast in iTunes and on your phones and in Stitcher on your Android. But more importantly, go to our website, PestControlMarketingPodcast.com. Subscribe to our email list to always be notified of new episodes. You're never going to want to miss what we've got coming up next, and you never know what we're going to be able to do to help you with your pest control marketing.